On your social media, you reflected on the death of Aretha Franklin.
Yes.
What did she mean to you?
She meant a lot. I think to most R&B singers. I mean, we have to have a source of inspiration. You know, I grew up listening to Brandy and, you know, and Whitney Houston, and, you know, Whitney Houston was Brandy's influence, and I'm sure Whitney Houston was influenced by Aretha Franklin. So I feel like without Aretha, there wouldn't have been, you know, I wouldn't have made the same choices musically, or, you know, she was the pioneer. Like, she was the voice. Like, she merged soul with mainstream music. And I think that is so important because, you know, it was like taking two genres and fusing them together, right? You know, like Fantasia, like it feels so gospel. It feels so, the Black church and gospel music, like music was so from the soul, from your spirit, you know, and bringing that into mainstream topics is what Aretha did. And it was necessary. Like, it allowed music to feel more soulful, more real.
Did you ever get a chance to meet her or see her perform live?
I did not. I wish I had. I did not. I never got a chance to meet Whitney Houston before she passed, and I wish I had.
Favorite song from Aretha?
Rocksteady.
Why that one?
Because it's such a vibe. It feels so good when it comes on. Like, I love the guitar. I just love how it feels. It feels so good. It's one of my favorites.
How did you hear about the news of her death?
I was in Nashville, actually, and it's crazy. It was for Black Music Honors. And the night before, the producers were mentioning that they were going to do an Aretha Franklin tribute in the show, saying, you know, let's give her her roses while she's still here. And the day of the show, she passed away. And so it was super weird. Yeah.
What ended up happening in that show?
They still did the tribute, and it came out beautiful. It was just unfortunate that, you know, their whole objective was to give her her roses while she was here, and she literally passed the day of the award show.
They said she died with her bout with pancreatic cancer. Know anyone personally that's suffered from that?
Pancreatic, not specifically, but cancer. Yeah, cancer's a bitch. I know a lot of people who have passed away from cancer. I'm actually vegan that's one of the reasons why. Because, you know, I've seen so many people just, you know,
become a victim of it?
Become a victim of it and just have to deal with that healing process is very excruciating. And, you know, my little godbrother passed away, and just watching him go through that, and my grandmother and my husband's grandparents, you know, it made me want to change my eating habits and my lifestyle so that I could just live as long and as healthy as possible, for as long as possible.
Now, when it comes to death, do you ever think about it?
Of course. I think about death. I mean, I have a slightly morbid spirit, but not in a bad way. It's just, I think a lot. I think a lot. So to some people, it may be morbid. I don't think that it's morbid. Yeah, I think about death a lot.
Have you talked about it in your music?
Not death specifically, but I've talked about, you know, my spirituality in my music.
Are you afraid of death?
I think that we're all afraid of what we don't know. I'm actually not as afraid of death as I used to be, because I'm at a space now where I understand that I don't know anything. And I think when I tried to figure out what it was, that it gave me more anxiety, because in the back of my mind, I kind of knew I didn't know, you know? But now that I know that I don't, I have way more peace in that, so. But of course, I'm afraid to no longer be here, you know? And it's more than just what I go through. It's just not being here for the people I love that scares me the most.
What do you think happens, or believe happens when someone passes away?
Well, like I said, I really don't know. I don't know. I have theories. I have weird theories though.
Any you can share, or are you gonna keep them to yourself?
I don't know. I have a bunch. I mean, it would be great if we were reincarnated. That would be so dope. You know, I don't know. That would be cool.
In the event you do pass away, what would you want to be remembered for?
Well, I'm definitely gonna pass away. It's just when. What do I want to be remembered for? My art. You know, that's why I make art. It's because I want to be immortal through my art, you know. So I want people to always connect with my music and the things that I create while I'm here.